What is up and welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. My name is Dallin Anderson and today we are going to be running over Chainlink. Chainlink is a very good project and the chart looks amazing. So without further ado, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button to this channel if you're not a subscriber and share these videos with your friends. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're going to be looking at Chainlink here on Coinbase, and the reason is because you can see the volume really clearly here on Coinbase, but we do have a complete market cycle. You can see price has rallied really hard and pulled back all the way back down to the first sell-off area. So this is a complete market cycle. You can see it pumped and pulled back really hard. Now the question that a lot of people wonder, how do you identify a market cycle? And that just takes time and practice, but visually it just looks like basically a pump and a dump. You can see that the market went really high and pulled back all the way. So you can see the cycle visually with your eyes. And once you learn how to identify that cycle, it's a lot easier to trade these markets because really the majority of the people end up buying the top here or selling the bottom. And so understanding the cycle is where you can at least position yourself to be on the right side of the money. Because if you're on the wrong side of the money, you're never going to make any money investing and trading. But if you are on the right side of the money, you will make money. The problem where a lot of people get is they start getting excited about trading when everybody else is excited about it, like here at the top of the market cycle. And then they get disappointed and fearful at the bottom of the market cycle, when really they should train themselves to think opposite or opposed to that, where at the bottom of a market cycle, they get excited, they get thrilled, they want to learn about trading, they want to invest more. And at the top of the cycle, they should train themselves to be fearful, to be saying, you know what? This is too crazy. There's too many people in it. There's too many people excited about it. Too crazy. But with Chainlink, you can see that we're not at that point. We just barely started coming up out of a new cycle. Just barely started a new market cycle. And so we're not at that point of excitement. We're at that point of most people are still in despair. They're still skeptical. And to be honest with you, they're still basically fearful of investing in the crypto markets. But with a little bit of practice, you can learn how to see this pullback as an opportunity, and you can start to see this market cycle as a reason to get excited, even when the majority of people are not. And what do professionals do? They buy when there's blood in the streets. That is what pretty much every good investor in history did, is they bought during blood in the streets. It's very, very few times that there's a story of somebody that shorts the top of the market. Most people that make a lot of money investing are people that bought the dip inside of a market cycle. Most people that are wealthy investors don't try to short the top of markets. They accumulate fear. They buy fear. So with Chainlink here, you can see prices being at $15 is a state of fear, because everybody was excited when Chainlink was worth $53. Everybody wanted to put their money in. And if they didn't want to put their money in, they were like, wow, I should have put my money in, right? But now down here, they're all like, I told you crypto wasn't cool. And so they flip-flop. They don't stick to their stories. You know, people will get really excited at the top of the market and be like, oh, I should have bought that crypto. Everybody got rich on it. And then at the bottom of the market, they'll do exactly what I just said. They'll be like, oh, I told you crypto was going to dump, you know? And so you just have to understand that human psychology is like that. And every person believes they're right in their own eyes, right? And so when the market's going up, they're like, oh, I knew I should have bought crypto. When it crashed, they're like, oh, I knew it was going to crash. They always think they're right in their own eyes. So it says that in Proverbs in the Bible, that every man thinks he's right in his own eyes, but that God weighs the hearts. that God weighs the hearts of people. And so how this applies to the market cycle, well, it's very simple how this applies to the market cycle. At the bottom of a market, people don't want to buy because they think they're right. They're like, oh, see, I told you crypto wasn't going to be the future. And at the top of the market cycle, they buy a lot of times because they're like, oh, see, crypto's exciting. Everybody's getting excited about it. I knew I should have bought crypto, right? So they always think they're right in their own eyes. And that's so true for investing, for trading and investing in the crypto markets. So in order to identify the market cycle, you have to be able to get past yourself and see opportunity. And the only way to do that is to stop trusting your own opinion and start trusting principles. And the principles that make money are the principles that we learn in these videos. Market cycles, Elliott waves, all of that good stuff. So we do have a complete market cycle here on Chainlink. We're starting to break out into a new market cycle. We do see signs of strength. We see a lot of strength in this market. There's a lot of coins that have not started to break out. Chainlink is one of them. Chainlink did start to break out. We do see strength in this market. We also see the beginning of a new cycle, like I said before, which is generally accompanied by at least some degree of upside. And a lot of times there is a pullback before it can really start to take off and break up through major resistance. Nevertheless, that does mean that in the short term, price could go quite a bit higher before we get that pullback. So on the short term with Chainlink, I'm not going to try to predict where prices will go. But in the big picture, I will tell you, this is a complete market cycle. And just in the same way that Chainlink completed a cycle in the past and did this entire pump, it's getting ready to do that again. And if you go back and look, you can see that this was the previous market cycle on Chainlink. We had a cycle here. We came back down. People got scared. They got fearful. They sold all of it down here. And of course, look what happened after they got scared, after they sold out of fear. It just went crazy after that. And this is exactly what I'm talking about when I'm saying that people get scared and so they sell in the bottom of these market cycles. Little do they know that there's steady accumulation. There's big players that are buying their fear because they're getting ready for that new market cycle to start. They're getting ready for the repetition of human emotion to occur. So yeah, I do think Chainlink has a lot of potential upside here in the future, that the prices of Chainlink down here at $15 are probably pretty undervalued. Short term could have some upside or downside or a combination of both. But in the big picture, we are watching for a big picture breakout, a big picture reversal, and the beginning of a new market cycle, because this previous cycle is completing. So that's my views on Chainlink. Loving this market cycle, loving this ABC correction, loving how Chainlink is leading, taking market cap, and showing signs of strength as we head into the new bull market. So that is my personal views on Chainlink. Loving this setup, loving the chart. So thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. I hope that you learned something and found it valuable. Please check out the website, links in the description box below. Also, you guys, you can subscribe to my second channel where I've been for the past 8 months when I wasn't uploading. And yeah, thank you again for tuning in. And as always, stay profitable out there.